Thank you for joining us today at noon. I'm Jurnee Taylor, and we want to bring in meteorologist Tracy Bean. We have officially hit 90 degrees in central Arkansas for the very first time this season. Tracy, my friends, hot and humid have arrived.
It is. It's feeling every bit like summer in Arkansas, and we're going to continue to feel that. So yesterday, yes, the very first time in central Arkansas, it's been all around us. We've gotten to 89 several times, but yesterday we finally hit that 90-degree mark. So hopefully we won't see that flying around too much in our forecast. We are looking at a lot of weather around us, but we've managed to escape a lot of that. We do have a frontal boundary that pushed through in the state last night. It's kind of stalled out there in western Arkansas, and that's going to present some cloud cover, a little cooler temperatures there in northwest Arkansas, and also the chance for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms to linger around from now, unfortunately, through the weekend. We're going to have to keep our eye on things. So again, 84 right now here at the noon hour. We are looking for a high today right around 88, a mix of sun and clouds, and we could see a few of those little scattered storms pop in early this afternoon with that max heating of the day. We'll talk more about this steamy forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes.
All right, Tracy, thank you. Well, this afternoon, the Arkansas Department of Corrections is asking for your help, releasing a new image showing what escaped killer Grant Hardin may look like now without a shave. Get your phone ready and take a good look at this image. Here it is. Hardin has eluded police for a week and a half, and the DOC says they still have no leads on where he is. He was early into an 80-year sentence for a 2017 murder and a separate rape conviction when he escaped a North Arkansas prison 10 days ago. He fooled guards in a remote tower by wearing a makeshift police uniform and walking out of a security gate. If you see him, do not approach. Hardin has a decades-long police background and is a convicted murderer. Instead, call 1-800-CALL-FBI immediately or submit tips online at tips.fbi.gov. In Saline County, police believe a body found in a pond Tuesday was missing 22-year-old Jay Love of Benton. Love was reported missing on Sunday, while Benton police say they believe it is her body. They've sent it to the state crime lab to confirm that with DNA testing and to determine how she died. The suspect in Sunday's violent attack on Jewish ralliers in Colorado is due back in court tomorrow. He'll be formally charged with a host of charges, including hate crime and attempted murder. But it looks like now his family is about to be deported.
If they had any knowledge of it or if they provided support to it.
In a social media video, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem confirmed that immigration officers detained Mohammed Solomon's wife and 5 children, while the 45-year-old suspect sits behind bars. Authorities say the Egyptian man overstayed a tourist visa from 2022 and was in the country illegally at the time of the attack. A dozen people were badly burned by a makeshift flamethrower Molotov cocktails filled with gasoline. In a TV11 update, Little Rock is a step closer to sending $7.5 million to the agency that runs its public housing. The city just approved that money to help the Metropolitan Housing Alliance avoid foreclosure on Madison Heights apartments and to stabilize the agency's finances. MHA oversees Little Rock's federal subsidized public housing program, but years of management problems have pushed it to the edge. After falling behind on payments to Madison Heights, MHA faced a $5 million repayment demand from its lenders, but that default sparked a foreclosure case on the property. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development now classifies MHA as troubled. Little Rock city leaders removed several board members last year. Little Rock Representative French Hill is calling for a new investigation by the Trump administration into how HUD allowed conditions to get this bad, and a court hearing on the Madison Heights foreclosure is set for July. A sudden shutdown of Job Corps programs across the country is impacting students in Arkansas. It left thousands in limbo without housing, resources, or a plan, but Shorter College is stepping in and offering them a fresh start. TV11's Rebecca Brown shows us how.
Welcome to Shorter College. We are so fortunate for every donation.
Those words echoing through the halls of Shorter College Tuesday as person after person walks in bringing donations, support, and most importantly, hope. all in an effort to help former Job Corps students like Malik McNeil.
It happened quick, it happened, fast and immediately, and people wasn't prepared.
The federal program is being shut down after 60 years due to funding cuts, leaving those who live, learn, and work at Job Corps in the dark. Originally from North Carolina, Malik says he never imagined his life getting turned upside down so fast.
Kind of threw me off a little off too, like what I was gonna do.
Maybe even more surprising, the second chance waiting around the corner right here on Locust Street.
Right now, we have about 20 individuals that will be housed in our residence hall.
Shorter College President Jeffrey Norfleet says once they heard about the Job Corps closures, they knew they had to step in.
This is a ministry and a mission, not just a job, and I think individuals here really believe that. And so we're registering them for classes. They're able to stay in our residence hall, their financial aid.
And that mission quickly spread after the college posted a public call for donations to help make these students feel at home.
There's been an Amazon wish list. So those students, they come with nothing at this point. So we're receiving bedding for them, shovable food items, hygiene items, detergent.
But for Malik, it's more than just supplies. It's been a reminder that people care.
Really, giving me something like a faith in humanity. They really care nowadays. It's really just, I didn't think people was like this.
Where they may have had a sense of hopelessness, they now have hope. Where they had a spirit of fear, they now are not fearful. They are shining. They are ready for the next step of life.
Well, Shorter College is accepting donations from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day. Little Rock Job Corps is also working with Arkansas Baptist to assist students. For resources on how you can help, you can just head over to our website. That's thv11.com. An international group of economists projects that U.S. economic growth will hit the brakes this year. It's forecasting the country's growth will slide to 1.6% by next year. That's a steep drop from last year's 2.8% growth. The group blamed new era tariffs as one of the causes. It also predicts that global growth will slow this year to 2.9%. And speaking of tariffs, President Trump's new 50% tariffs on steel and aluminum took effect overnight. The tariffs come as Elon Musk intensifies his criticism of the president's signature tax cut and spending legislation less than a week after leaving his administration post. Natalie Brand has the details from the White House.
From car manufacturing to beverage cans, businesses say they're bracing for the impact of President Trump's doubled tariff on imported steel and aluminum. Trade groups, including the Can Manufacturing Institute, say consumers can expect to pay more.
It will be up for retailers and producers to decide ultimately how they adjust their pricing. But what we are seeing in our supply chain will be an increase in cost to produce metal cans, which will then get passed along in the process of production.
U.S. steelworkers applauded the president's move. The administration argues it's about securing the future of their industry.
He's delivering on his promises to bolster our steel and aluminum industries in this country and to protect those jobs.
The White House is also downplaying escalating criticism from Elon Musk over the GOP mega bill that President Trump calls his one big beautiful bill. On social media, Musk slammed the legislation as pork-filled and a disgusting abomination.
I think he's flat wrong. I think he's way off on this, and I've told him as much.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says he spoke to Musk on Monday.
I don't know what happened in 24 hours. Everybody can draw their own conclusions about that, okay?
The bill is now in the hands of the Senate, where Majority Leader John Thune says they will proceed at full speed. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Well, we're now 3 days into the THV11 Summer Cereal Drive. We're rocking and rolling into not one, but 2 Arkansas towns a day to hit our goal of 500,000 boxes. Hot Springs Village is where we can find THV11 meteorologist Tom Brennan this afternoon. Tom, how's that collecting coming?
Jurnee, hello there. We just got honked at by the Coca-Cola truck. You're going to have to wait. Healthy Connections is here. Healthy Connections, a sponsor. They have many locations, over 20 locations in Central Arkansas, and they have this competitive thing going on. They brought out today 900 boxes of cereal. Not really. They didn't bring that many, but they wanted the other teams of Healthy Connections around to know that they're in a healthy competition. They did bring out lots of boxes. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you. Jurnee's going to be in Arkadelphia, and you've got Healthy Connections coming out in Arkadelphia and Malvern on Friday. We've had a big day here at the Hot Springs Village Brookshire's location. You still have a ways to come. If you want to come out and drop off a box of cereal, we're going to give you a total from Brookshire's in a few minutes. Down in Jessieville, over 2,000 boxes donated this morning, Jurnee, so it's been a great day so far. Give it up for Healthy Connections, and back to you.
That's some really good stuff. Well, you can't always believe what you see, but visual tricks are helping scientists unlock how the brain works. At 12:17, we'll show you how. And visually, looks like a good day, Tracy, but a little hot and humid if I say so myself.
It is a little hot and humid out there. We've got some clouds and we could see and hear a little rumble of thunder later. Let's talk more about that steamy forecast coming up.